What's up guys, JV2017 here, and today I'm going to share my impressions of the Titanfall 2 multiplayer technical test. I've had a few hours to soak it in, and so far I've really enjoyed what I've played. Titanfall 2 is a true sequel to the original, so you know exactly how it's going to play if you played Titanfall. Here are a few things that are exactly the same. It's a twitch shooter with a very short time to kill, just like Call of Duty or Battlefield. The starting sniper is pretty much a one-shot kill to any part of the body, and automatic weapons take about 3 to 5 shots to kill, just to give you an example. Movement is very quick as a pilot, and you're able to wall run, boost jump, and hover around the map. Killing enemy pilots, titans, and AI along with capturing objectives builds the meter in the bottom left that allows you to call in your titan. This time around we have two titans to work with, Ion and Scorch. Ion reminds me of one of the more standard titans that we had in the previous game. It has an ability to catch enemy projectiles and fling them back, but also a laser cannon and trip mines in addition to a giant laser beam if you survive long enough. Ion's main gun has a split projectile mode and a standard mode depending on the situation. The other option, Scorch, is a lot more unique. Scorch's main gun is a slow-moving fireball that reloads after every shot. It has a fire shield ability along with an AoE fire wave and another set of mines. Its charged ability seems like a better version of the Fire Wave, but I've had a hard time using it. Overall, the Titans feel a lot more unique in the technical test, and that's a great change compared to the original. They're also slower overall, with Ion only having 1 boost charge and Scorch having 0. We only have access to 2 of the Titans, so there very well could be models with more boosts, but giant metal machines walking a bit slower and not boosting around like pilots has made a lot more sense to me. One of the biggest changes I noticed immediately was the absence of burn cards. Titanfall 2 has gotten rid of the system completely, which allowed you to choose a boost, like an amped up weapon or call in a Titan immediately for the duration of that life. Instead, we have boosts, which are time-based bonuses that you have to set on your class before the match. So far, we have amped weapons, which just increases all weapon damage for a short amount of time, or ticks, which are enemy-seeking explosive spider bots. I remember getting really tired of dealing with the burn cards in the original Titanfall. There were just so many and they had to be set before every single match, and most of the time I would get distracted or forget to set those, leaving me with cards that I didn't even want. With boosts, you get to choose a single bonus that appears on your Titan charge meter and you can work towards it and get it a few times every single match. It's a welcome change in my book. Pilot and Titan customization seem to be a lot better this time around too. The weapon selection already seems to be larger than the original game, which had a severe lack of variety, but I really hope we're only seeing a fraction of what we'll have in the real game. Right now, there's around 10 weapons to choose from, and compared to Titanfall's competition, that's just not enough weapon variety. Call of Duty has like 20 plus different weapons you can choose from, and so does Battlefield, and when you factor in all the different things you can do with attachments, that's where Titanfall really needs to improve. Nonetheless, you can customize your loadouts with a variety of perks, which are called kits. The system is familiar if you played the original, but feels a lot cleaner and makes sense. You can choose a main ability, such as a grapple hook to mount buildings and titans, which is really cool, or a sonar knife that tracks enemies. I've kind of been bouncing between those two, but I think there's 3 more options along with some small bonuses that customize how your pilot plays even further. There's definitely more to work with this time around, but again, it all makes sense. One of my favorite things about Titanfall 2 so far is the bounty hunt game mode. It took me a few games to understand how it worked because there's so many moving parts, but once I did, it felt really unique and unlike any multiplayer FPS game mode I've ever played. Bounty Hunt is a 5v5 objective mode where the first team to deposit $6,000 wins. Every minute or so, a new bounty is posted on the top of the screen, and each team competes to complete the bounty. The challenge may be to destroy enemy titans or defeat waves of enemy AI. I think those are the only 2 options right now in the game. And yes, this game mode does feature one of the more unique things in Titanfall multiplayer, which is AI running around the map. You'll see super weak grunts that you can one-shot, robot specters that are a little more tough to take down, and a few new types like the Mini Titan Reaper. So each player collects cash for killing those enemies, and after every bounty ends and someone wins it, 2 banks appear on the map. If you get killed, you lose half of your cash and it goes to the enemy who killed you directly. So if you're trying to kill someone else and you kill them, you're getting cash from them every single time. And if you live, the objective is to deposit all the cash that you have into one of the banks until you hit 6,000 and win it for your team. So it's a really fun game mode that incorporates AI into multiplayer in a way that makes sense, which in my opinion is something that the original game didn't do too well. I remember one of the big criticisms of the original Titanfall was, what's the point of these enemy AI? What are they doing? They're just kind of cluttering the match. Why are they here? and this game mode really, makes them have a purpose. They make sense here, and they only spawn when there's a wave and there's a bounty objective, directing you towards them. The technical test also features an 8v8 pilot-only mode, which is just team deathmatch. I didn't really get a chance to play that, and we have amped up hardpoint. Amped up hardpoint is essentially domination, but you can overcap points to amp them up, which increases the score earned on that point as long as someone stays there. It's a really smart way to encourage people to actually defend objectives instead of running around from point to point trying to capture absolutely everything, and I feel like I was in that situation a lot in the previous game. Overall, I've enjoyed my time with Titanfall 2 so far. It's just as quick as Titanfall and brings the best parts of it back while leaving the worst parts behind. One thing I need to see before jumping on board and buying the game in October, though, is more weapon variety and, of course, more Titans. I just don't want to be using the same guns for dozens of hours like I did before. That got really old in Titanfall. I see great potential with Titan variety, so I hope they have at least 5 different models for us to play around with in the final game. That's all I have to share for you guys about Titanfall 2. Of course, I'm going to play many more hours in this technical test this weekend and the next weekend, so you can probably expect me to touch back on the game next weekend. But I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments below. Are you interested in Titanfall 2? Have you played the technical test? Share what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks videos and more Titanfall next weekend. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.